You got to have 30 hours in 3 months. I'll say it again. You got to have 30 hours in 3 months. If you don't have 30 hours in 3 months, I won't be seeing you in segment two. Um, all states across the United States have a graduated license system. It's called GDL. Okay. And it's for you as beginning drivers to get experience with your mom, your dad, someone over 21. This will cut down on you killing yourself, making mistakes, rearing collisions, getting in trouble with a group of your friends in the car. So every state's a little bit different, but if you look at what every driver must know, you will be able to see those things. Georgia has slightly different rules than Ohio. Ohio has slightly different rules than New York. New York has slightly different rules than Michigan. But we live in a state where you have to have your parent or guardian check off that you've driven 30 hours. You have to have an adult or a guardian, someone over 21, sign off saying, hey, my niece, my nephew, I'm the neighbor down the street, I'm a trusted person. They drove those hours. Because if you simply say, hey, I'm just going to say you drove your hours, you really don't have the experience. And if you don't have the experience, the outcome is going to be a crash. The outcome is going to be more insurance. The outcome is going to be you possibly injuring yourself. So it's really important that your parents do that involvement piece, because I'm a parent too. At the time when my daughter took it, I was done coaching at the high school level, but I was doing a lot of driving for a different driving school about an hour away. Uh, we got her enrolled. Her and her friend took it. I made time in my schedule for her. That's my daughter, obviously. Um, and she got her driving, and she was a little bit nervous for her road test. I'm just taking you through the process because you need to hear a story. Um, Parallel parking, speed control. She knew how to drive, but she was just a little bit nervous. Most of you are going to drive from home to school, from school back home. She had a job, so she would drive from home to her job. Uh, she was good about her curfew. My wife and I had to get on her a little bit about that, right? Because you're 15, you're 16. Um, my son, on the other hand, he counted backwards. He was being recruited. I was more than an hour away, so it was a little bit more challenging. I would drop him off, then I would get to my job across town, or my wife would drop him off, and she had to pick him up. So, but he kind of waits till the last second. You know how big brothers are, big sisters, they wait till the last second. You should be putting questions in, because I'm telling you the story, and then we're going to tie it into where you are. I'm going to tell you some of the common problems you're going to have with your parents, some of the solutions you should do. A solution would be keep your grades up. A solution would do help around the house. A solution you would do don't cause any problems with your parents. Because if you're that good kid, oh, sure, we can go out. No problem. They'll make time. But if you are a problem, attendance in school, talking back, arguing with your stepmom, stepdad, or whatever, your parents are going to be less likely to take you out. And you need your parent or parents or guardian or stepmom or stepdad or grandma, auntie, or uncle. You need them to help you with this maturation process. You can't fake it, because they're really setting you up for failure. And I'm being real with you, from a dad, from a driving instructor. You need to lock in and just be that good person. If you're a good person from the beginning, your parents will make time. And every parent is different. I'm not here to judge. I'm going to simply tell you what I see in segment two. And I believe in being honest. Most of you will remember this, some of you won't. I should see most of you in segment two 3 months from now. But some of you I won't, because you've missed a day or two. And you're going to have to make it up next month. Okay? So you really want to stay on top of that and work with your mom and dad's schedule. They're tired when they come home. They might bring home dinner. They don't want to cook, laundry, homework, picking your brother or sister up. But if you make it easy for them, hey, let's go out driving for a half an hour. Okay? So you got to really work with their schedule because you're in their home. Okay, I'm going to read some of your questions first, and then we're going to go over the information. How can I switch lane smoothly? It takes a lot of practice. It takes vehicle control. It takes you relaxing. If you grab the wheel, you're going to be really stiff. And if you make a really slow lane change, someone flying by could sideswipe you. If you make a fast swooping lane change, someone could fly by and sideswipe you. You really got to be very precision. You got to be relaxed. It takes time. You've been used to your instructor, but now you're driving with mom. You're going to be a little tense. You're driving with dad. You're going to be a little tense. You're driving with mom and dad and your sister or brother. They might say, don't kill me. You know how your little brother or sister are, and now you're all nervous. Or a car might fly by and you forget to look over your shoulder and you almost get hit. And that's going to make your mom and dad tense up. I'm an instructor. Instructors understand that beginning drivers don't check blind spots. They look over the wrong shoulder. They have on the wrong blinker. We have a brake in the car. We have a dual mirror. Your parents won't have that. And if you keep making those mistakes, they're not going to drive you. Hello, I'm on. Can you close the door, please? Give me 1 second. My job is to advocate for you. And if you follow these things, you'll do well. Okay, I can't fix your family problems, but I can give you a pathway. And that's what most of you want if you want to drive. Okay? So this takes practice. And if you're really scary or nervous or jerky, your mom and dad are not going to take you out. I'm just being real with you. And I'll have that honest voice. No emotion, no drama. I'll just simply tell you the truth. Next question. All of you need to put in a question. Every single person in here needs to put in a question. This is how we're going to run this class. Question and answer. You want to be better. When you're done, you should be driving with your mom and dad. It's going to take 10 days for your certificate to come. None of you should be sitting at home 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, because you're going to forget everything you learned. You're going to be nervous, even more nervous. And then when your mom and dad finally take you, you're like, can I drive home? You're thinking this to yourself, but your parents are like, should I let them drive home? And if you are second guessing yourself and your mom or dad is second guessing yourself, you're going to be sitting in the back seat. You're going to have your permit and not driving. Some of you will end up like that. Some of you won't. Okay? I'm trying to give you a pathway to gain confidence. You got to show your parents confidence. You always check your blind spot anytime you make a directional lane change. You go to the left, you look over your left shoulder. You go to the right, you look over your right shoulder. You're backing up, you look out your back window. You can't rely on your mirrors because your mirrors don't tell you a car is 3 feet from me, 5 feet from me, 10 feet from me. If you're backing up into your driveway and you accidentally hit the gas, you're going to back into the garage. Had a young lady do that last summer. It's common because you go over a bump, the curb, and then you hit the gas, and the car will take off from you. Okay? You always want to check your mirrors. You always want to be aware. Parallel parking is simple. You line up, you turn on your right turn signal, you reverse halfway, you cut your wheel all the way to the right, the rear goes in at a 45 angle. Once you're parallel to the curb, you turn your wheels back. Unemotional, simple, and to the point. You have to parallel park. When you turn 16 and have 50 hours, if you can't parallel park and you made other errors, you won't get out of the parking lot onto the road test. You have to master parallel parking. I make sure we do it on the second drive, third drive, fourth drive. We don't spend an hour parking. We do it every time we drive. I'm efficient with my time. I don't waste your time. I don't want to waste mine. So you got to practice parallel parking. It's safe to scan intersection. You want to look before, Thomas. Cars run lights. People have earbuds in. People aren't paying attention. They're drinking coffee and it covers their face and they go through. You have to assume there's a vulnerable road user, a kid, someone on a bike, someone on a motorcycle, someone not paying attention, a semi-truck driver. If you think, hey, I got a green light and I'm safe, you're not living in reality. People run lights. We're trying to protect your life. Next question. Green does not mean go. Green means look. When I'm entering the main road and get to a stop sign, you want to stop first, then move forward past the stop sign. It's called showing the car. You're showing traffic to the left, you're showing traffic to the right, and you're showing if a pedestrian is there. Remember we talked about the bikes and vulnerable road users. You have to stop. The stop sign is in front of you. You got to stop first. Then you move forward. If you don't understand that, you're going to get a ticket for a rolling stop. So you have to be able to do that. And build good habits of stopping for 3 seconds, yielding and looking left and right. If you get comfortable running yellow lights, running red lights, rolling stops, you're going to fail your road test because subconsciously you're like, oh man, I forgot to stop. And they terminate the test. At right turn on red, there's some intersections that have signs, no right turn. If you turn right on red, automatic failure. It's really important that you do that. I don't want you to fail your test. So I have 1 question, 2, 3, 4, roundabout question. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. We saw a video. Yield to, a roundabout is a circular intersection. You look to your left, it's a car coming around to my left. They should have a blinker on. You look to your right, it's a car coming in. If you don't look, you're going to get sideswiped. If you don't look, a pedestrian has the right to walk across at the crosswalk. You have to look. So we've been through roundabouts, not just once, not just twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So the more comfortable you get going through a roundabout, the more aware. What I want to see you do is look ahead 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet. See what's there before you get there. When we were driving this weekend, a young kid in the truck cut us off right in front of us. Just to scare you. I said this, back off. You got to look at people's driving behavior and you will figure that out. So if you go in the wrong lane, you better stay at the wrong. You intend to go straight, but you have to go left. You can't change lanes in the middle of the intersection. You're going to confuse other drivers. You need to know what lane you're going in before you go in. If you make a mistake, whatever lane you're in, you better stay in that lane. I like the question. How do I know if I should go first in a double lane left turn? Whatever lane you're in, if you're in the inside double left turn lane, you stay in the inside. If you're in the outside double left turn lane, you stay on the outside. The light, if you have a green light, green means go. If you have a green arrow, green means go. So whatever lane you're in, you stay in that lane all the way through your turn. Then if you have to get over to the right or left, you get over. I like the question. Stay in the lane, you enter. Finish in the lane you enter. Then make your maneuver. We're preparing you for that test. In terms of you missing a session, always speak truth. It's your responsibility to keep track of your sessions, not mine. Hard truth. So you know how many sessions you are here for. You're here for a makeup session, you have to keep track. All I know is every driving school has to document hours in the class, hours behind the wheel. If they're not compliant, they get into trouble. So if you don't have 24 hours, then you still will be eligible to take the test, but I'm going to see you again. You have to meet those 24 hours. If you miss too many class sessions, the driving school is going to make you take it over. I'll say it again. If you miss too many classroom sessions, the driving school will make you take it over because you haven't met that state requirement. That's what the good driving schools do. They show compliance. And a person from the state of Michigan or state of Texas or state of Florida or Hawaii will come in. I want to see your classroom files of online of 2025 to 2026. They'll lay all the files out in a room. The inspector comes in. I want to see attendance. I want to see drive cards. I want to see all the documentation. Is the instructor certified? I want to see his or her certification. Do you have insurance for the car? Yes, yes, and yes. Everyone's sweating. Everyone's nervous. I know I'm compliant. I know I do my job. So if you do your job, you don't worry. If you're missing days, you have instructors that don't have a physical, or you're cutting corners, you're going to be shut down. Okay? Colton, I can't speak for you. I told you what to do. We had a conversation. Colton's making a face at me. I'm going to make a face at him. Okay? Since I missed one session and the new one is in March, do I still have to take do I still take the test on Thursday? You need to call corporate and you need to talk to them. Got it? You have to. You got to call, not me. All on you. I'm just a facilitator of the information, and what I like to do is give you correct information. Okay? I need some more questions. Am I allowed to go around the bus with the flashing lights in 2 lanes? What type of bus? Is this a school bus? If it's a school bus, no. If it's a regular bus, I would say wait, because you're probably going to run over someone. Because what do people do? They go out in front of the bus, they run across, you didn't see them, and now you have blood on your hands. If a bus is stopped, it's for a reason. Chill for a second. Let the bus do their thing, drop off someone, pick up someone. Someone could be across the street running across. They don't want to miss the bus. They've been in the cold for an hour. I don't blame them. But if you're that much of a hurry, you're probably going to run over someone. And people will run across a busy street to catch the bus. So if I were you, I would practice a little patience. I love the question. What should I do if the exit ramp is completely shut down and you already are on it? You're going to have to, unfortunately, back up on the ramp because the exit ramp is closed, put yourself in danger, and go to the next ramp. But you're probably going to get a ticket. You probably could get rear-ended. If the ramp is closed and you're already on the ramp, you have to back up. You can't just stay there. I love speaking truth. Expressway tips. Go with the flow of the traffic. Drive in the middle lane. That's the smoothest. That's the safest. Learn the flow of the traffic. You need to drive at the speed limit. You are beginning drivers. You can't drive 75. You can't afford to drive 80. You can't afford to drive 90. You can't afford to drive 100 because you're on probation. And if you get a ticket, I won't see you for segment 2. You won't take your road test when you're 16. You have a lot to lose. I'm an instructor. If I get a ticket, I'm going to lose my driving endorsement. I'm not doing that. Why would I? So you got to use common sense. That's where that discipline comes in. So, but also you should be looking ahead. Usually there's barricades. Ramp is closed, ramp is closed, ramp is closed. I need a few more questions. We talked about left turns, roundabouts. If you go on a ramp that is closed, what should you do? Unfortunately, you can't remove the barricades. What if part of the road is missing? That they use jackhammers, you're going to go onto a road, now your car's going to be stuck. Now you got to get it towed out. Now you're going to get a ticket and a tow bill. Okay? So I love just being unemotional and just telling you the truth. What's a weird habit you don't know? I like walking through the house at night. What's your weird habit? We talked about changing lanes in the middle of the roundabout, not advisable. We talked about double left turns, stay in the lane that you're in. We talked about missing a classroom session. You're not the first adult or teen to miss a session across the United States. Students miss sessions all the time. But the good driving schools document those. When the paperwork is turned into the office, okay, Shaniqua missed 3 days. Luca missed 4. Okay, Sophia missed 1. Okay, Addison missed 2. Okay, Madison missed 1. You contact the office. When the paperwork is turned in, they'll give you a time to show up. You do your makeup session, you're done. But if you don't call the office and you're scared to make that, you could be 30 days, a month, 45 days, 60 days. You could be 3 months behind. So you have to take that personal responsibility. Hey, mama, can you call the driving school for me? What? I got to do that for you? You can't do it? No, I don't want to. I don't have the time. Well, I guess you don't want to drive. That's where that person, so you got to take on that personal responsibility. So all of you have things to do. We all have things to do. No, you don't want to go around the bus with the flashing lights. You're going to kill someone. If the exit is shut down, unfortunately, if you're on the ramp, you're going to have to back up, could get hit, definitely get a ticket, and you're stuck there. Cars are going 60, 70, and 80. You're at 0. You're going to try to look for a big gap, floor it, and hope that you have enough speed to get up to speed. We talked about staying steady and knowing the speed limit on a new road. You will always see a sign on the road within a quarter of a mile. There's no such thing as, there's no signs on the road. I've been driving for, I'm joking with you. I've been driving for miles and miles and miles. There's no sign. There's always a sign on the road. Always. Always. Always a sign on the road. Always. Okay? Because motorists need to know how fast to go. Most major thoroughfares are 40 or 45 or 50 or 55. No major thoroughfare is 60 or 70 on a major street. Neighborhoods are always 25. Talk about making smooth lane changes. It comes through practice. We talked about you showing your parents you are confident. Beginning drivers don't judge distance properly. So you might pull out in front of a car and scare them, and then they won't drive you anymore. And then your parents are going to fight. You drive him. You drive him. You drive him. I don't want to drive him. I'm scared. Now you're stuck. You don't have enough hours for right turns on red. When is a good time to turn? After you stop, you look left, you look right, make sure there's not a sign there, and it's clear. Remember, you have a red light, oncoming traffic has a green. They're going 50, they're going 60. You're pulling out at 0 speed, and you don't want to get rear-ended. Can you make an angle stop at a stop sign? Roads go north and south or east and west. There's not going to be an angle stop unless it's a unique road. You're always going to have a stop line. You could go on a curvy road. You're still going to have a stop line. That's where you're supposed to stop. And you still want to enter the nearest lane. So that's what I think you're saying. What's common mistakes when parking? You go too slow, you go too fast, you don't look over your shoulder, you rush, you turn the wheel too much. If you're driving at night and you accidentally hit a deer or any type of animal, let's pause, you hit a deer, you need to call the DNR. They're going to come in and properly dispose of the deer. You need to get a police report because your car is damaged. It could be a broken window. It could be a smashed front clip. It could be $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. Or if you have a $5,000 car, there goes your car. You need to get a police report because your car is damaged. If the animal's still partially alive, you need to call the police so they can properly put the animal out of its misery. We don't want to have an animal hurt and injured. That's not humane. Most of you, including me, we have dogs. Okay? If someone hit my dog, I would be highly upset, and I wouldn't want my dog in pain. Okay? Deer are the same way. Deer are wild animals. We don't risk human life for animal life. What steps do you take? Call the DNR. You got to get a police report. You're going to have to take your car to an insurance adjuster. They're going to look at the damage, and they're going to give you an estimate. I'm entering the main road. When I'm entering the main road and I get to the stop sign first. Okay, if you get to the stop sign first, you go first. But someone else goes beside me. So you're still there first. Whoever's there first goes first. So it's order of operation. Is it safe to scan the intersection? Yes, always scan. Talked about parallel parking in space. Some of you would try to squeeze your car into a small spot. Don't do it. You'll mess up your car. Roundabouts, round lane, double yellow. Missed a session. Talked about the ramp. Got to back up. Dangerous. Get a ticket. Type in what you learned. I thought the questions were good. Let's keep it going. We finished up to 25, but I want to finish the packet first, and then we'll do some quizzes. We're getting test prep. Your test is Thursday. So really we have 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Your test is Thursday, in person. Always call the police if you strike an animal. Call 911. Okay, oh my God, I just hit a deer. There's blood everywhere. Or the animal's like flailing around. Or my car's okay. What do I do? Well, sir, ma'am, we need you to stay there. Officers are on the way. Can I just leave? No, it's not advisable. Your car is smashed. Your windshield smashed. If you want to get it repaired through your parents' insurance, you have to have a police report. You can't just show up, hey, my car is smashed. Can you repair it? Where is the police report? Insurance company will say that. Okay? I'm giving you perspective. I will say from the things we went over, a lot of you driving more consistently. Around drive 3, you're going to feel more comfortable, more consistent. Drive 1 and 2, you're a nervous wreck. You're squeezing the wheel. You're too close to the steering wheel. You're slamming brakes. You're moving 20 in a neighborhood, or you're going 40, getting ready to make a right turn. We have to slow the car down. We can't make a right turn or left turn going 40. We will lose control and hit the curb. I don't want that to happen to you. I'm just reviewing. We talked about regulatory signs. We talked about warning signs. Warning signs are yellow and black. Regulatory signs are red and white. Speed limit, stop sign. We talked about guide signs. They're blue and white, brown and white. We talked about a traffic light, traffic arrows, pavement markings, intersections, controlled, uncontrolled. A controlled intersection, you have lights. You have signs. Uncontrolled, no lights, no signs, such as in neighborhoods. We talked, and we got to look up pavement markings. Let's talk about these pavement markings for 1 second. I like that I'm thorough, and that's the way I'm supposed to be. Okay, pavement markings. Let's look at 27. This is a broken line. If it's clear, you can cross this line. Let's look at 28. You have a solid line on your side. You cannot cross that solid line. Let's look at 29. This is 2 lanes, one going north, one going south. North is up, south is down. Okay. So these pavement markings tell us what we can and cannot do. If you need to make a right turn, you need to be to F. But I'm at C. You can't make a right turn. You need to know where you're going before you get there so you don't cut off cars. 37, this is your stop line. 38, your crosswalk. I'm going to go over, we only have 10 more. I'm going to go over perceive, decide, and act. Let's talk about the deer. Object or condition on the roadway. Identify the events. Okay, a deer's run out. You know you're going to crash into the deer. There are 10 of them. You're going 50. You can't stop in time. Decide. Do I want to try to hit it at an angle? I don't want to veer. Don't veer for the deer. If you put the car in the ditch, you can flip over. You don't want to veer to the left and cross the center line. You're going to hit someone head on. So you want to try to squeeze the brakes, grip the steering wheel. Either the deer is going to fly over the car, go to the left, go to the right, under the car, come through the window, but you want to slow down as much as possible. Check the sides, rear view mirror for speed and lane positioning. Maybe you could hug the right. The deer might pop and go back down in the ditch, or the deer might be scared and kind of freeze for a second. We don't know. Animals are unpredictable. We could look at car deer crashes if you want, but we're trying to teach you. Check the sides, check your mirrors. Make predictions. Okay, I hope the deer will just move out of the way. If you hit the horn, they're going to freeze because they're scared. If you don't hit the horn, they're going to be scared. Well, maybe I can flash the lights. They might move. Maybe I might tap the lights, tap the horn, and maybe they might move. So you got to do everything. Okay? You got to know what could happen. You got to search ahead. Decide. Once you have identified what you have to do, you need to think, how about hazards? Then what are the risks? The risk the deer could come through the window and kill you. A state police officer was killed. Anticipate potential problems. Have a plan. Reduce speed. Reduce the risk. Think about the dangers around you. It's a semi-truck behind me. Bro, I can't stop. The truck is going to run me over. If a smaller truck's behind you, well, he or she's going to push me into the pack of deers. I can't slam my brakes. Well, there's a small car behind me. I'm going to tap my brakes, tap my brakes, tap my brakes, honk my horn. They might slow down. They still might hit you. You must leave yourself time to react in a dangerous situation. Identify the object. Choose an action. Are you going to stay left? Are you going to stay right? You have to make a decision. You can't freeze. You may have to change your speed, lane positioning, or increase your visibility. Sound your horn. Many driving situations offer limited choices. Okay? Other more complex situations call for more difficult decisions. You're driving through a neighborhood, 5 kids run out. Bruh, you better get on the grass. You better sideswipe a car. You can't take out a kid or kids. Drivers face risk because of the roadway conditions and their own actions. You're the one driving. You must, your most important decision will be how to manage those risks. In your school parking lot, the football players are walking right in front of you. What are you going to do? Run them over? No. On the video camera, the freshmen drove their car. They ran over 3 football players. Oh my God. I didn't see them, principal. I swear I didn't. You ran them over. I swear I didn't see them. You ran them over. It's real. You can't have inattention blindness. And a lot of you in your school environment will, because you're trying to get to work. You're trying to get home. You're tired. So you got to really calm down, refocus. Which path offers the maximum visibility? Which path offers clear space ahead? Which path provides the clearest space to the side? Which path provides the smoothest flow of traffic? Which path provides the best outcome? Act, adjust your speed, adjust your position, communicate, tap your horn, flash your lights. Most humans will move at reasonable proper speed. When you slow down, you're going to give yourself more time and space. If you drive too fast in the school parking lot on a road that is for 45 and you're doing 60, you don't have time. Because we live near wooded areas. There's turkey out there. There are deer out there. Deer will come out any time of day or night. Deaccelerate. Anytime you take action, you need to deaccelerate. Squeeze those brakes. The amount of braking needed will vary. Accelerate. Sometimes you might have to accelerate to miss something. Change your position. Communicate your intentions. Headlight, tail light, turn signals, 4 ways, reverse lights, horn. Defensive driving, and then we'll get a couple quizzes. Every driver should develop a proactive driving approach intended to avoid potential conflicts. You're in the school zone. Slow down. Wait for the school bus to go. Maybe there was a fight. Maybe kids are fighting. Parents are fighting. Maybe a teacher fell out and there's the emergency ambulance. Okay? All of you in school, some kid passed out, ambulance comes, everyone looks like, oh my God. Proactive drivers always give the other road users more space. Vulnerable road users, the elderly, the young, people on bikes. This mindset allows the driver to be cautious. It's a mindset. I need you guys to have a good mindset. This is bigger than you and me. This driving thing is bigger than you and me. Because your brain is not developed until about 25 or 26. You can do your research. You don't believe me? Look it up. When is the teenager's brain fully developed? All of you do your research and put it in the chat. Do your research. When is the teenager's brain fully developed? I'll pause. I'll drink some ice mountain water. Type it in. When is the teenager's brain fully developed? Put in your source. Come on, type it in. Come on, guys, type it in. I don't want to waste your time. It's 7:13. When is the teenager's brain fully developed? Type it in. Put in your source. Some of you are not putting in your source. Your high school teachers should show you you need to have scholarly sources. What is your source? Google. Google's not a source. It's the search engine. Pediatrics is the source. Okay, an educational journal. Wikipedia is not a source. Here's the source. Rochester School of Medicine. Understanding the teen brain. It doesn't matter how smart teens are, how well they score in the SAT, ACT. Good judgment isn't something they excel in, or at least not yet. The rational part of a teen's brain isn't fully developed. It won't be fully developed until age 25 or so. And recent research has found that an adult and teen brain works differently. My brain works differently than you. I'm not going to go fast in the parking lot because I'll kill someone. You're going to go fast because you're late. I'm not going to run a light because I don't want a ticket and get in an accident. You're going to run the light because you're thinking about getting to your job. I'm not going to do 100 on the expressway to get to the state championship. I'm going to text my friend and say, you save me a seat. I'm driving at the speed limit. And I come in, pay my money. Hey, we saved your seat. Thank you, brother. I'll treat you to dinner afterwards. Because your prefrontal cortex is not developed. That is the rational part of your brain. Like missing days. You're like, well, I'm going to miss days. Well, you won't get your certificate on time. I'm going to go fast through a wooded area. Well, you're going to smash your car. I'm going to drive at the normal speed, have my brights on, and look left and right for deer. Okay, you process information differently. In a teen's brain, the connection between emotional part of the brain and decision making are still developing. And it's not always at the same rate. That's why teens have overwhelmingly emotional input. They can't explain later what they're really thinking. I don't know why I was mad. I just threw the chair. I don't know why I got angry. I just did. What's a parent to do? Discuss the consequences. You know, if you drive fast, you're going to get a ticket. I know, Mom. Leave me alone. I'm late. I'm going back to Dad's. Okay. You're not going to listen. Remind teens that their resilience and competence, they should always be focused on the moment. Teens have trouble seeing what they can't play a part of in their changing bad habits. So if you have a bad habit of speeding, bad habit of running lights, bad habit of being aggressive, you're going to end up getting a ticket. You're going to end up hitting someone. So I'm trying to teach you habits. This supports it. Become familiar with things that are important in your teen's life. You want to drive. That's important to you. Okay, let's go driving. But first, did you do your homework? Mom, Dad, why are you always talking to me about homework? Well, it's important, honey. I just want to drive. You got to show me your homework first, or you don't drive. I hate you. No, you don't. You really love me, but I want to see your homework first. Teen brains need more sleep than adults. Try to guide your teen toward getting good sleep. Parents tend to jump in with advice trying to fix their teen's problems and become to blame. But this can make teens less likely to open up. You want to make it emotionally safe. I want you to be safe to talk to me. And many of you are starting to talk to me. You got great lives. Teen brain, 7 things to know. Adolescence is an important time for brain development. You're in high school. Your brain is still developing. 2, brain development is related to social experiences. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. 3, teen brain is ready to learn and adapt. All of you are learning now. Some of you are falling asleep. 4, teen brains may respond differently to stress. Stress is grades. Your mom on your head, your dad on your head, your coach on your head, your instructor on your head. You're going to shut down. Everyone's on me. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. I just need time. So I'm not going to tell my truth to the teacher. I'm going to tell something else to my parent so I can buy more time. That's because teens' brains are still developing. It may respond differently. This increases teens' chances of developing stress-related problems. Anxiety. I have anxiety. Well, your brain isn't developed yet. And without taking the car, enjoy this. Have fun. Okay. And we're zen. I'm relaxed in the car with you. And around drive 3, you're talking to me. Tell me about your whole family. I'm like, wow. Recognize possible triggers. I'm here to listen. Most teens do not get enough sleep. Research shows that sleeping hormone, melanin, works differently in teens than adults. Melanin stays at high levels for late night, drops later in the morning, explaining why teens stay up late and struggle in early morning. I'm a school teacher. You guys sleep in class, and then you get a failing grade, and then you want to blame the teacher. Well, they sleep 3 times a week. Many teens do not get enough rest. Mental illness. The teen brain is resilient. Find help. Give me 1 second. So this makes sense about the defensive driving thing, because you have to take your emotion out. You know you're going to hit the deer. Try to lose as much speed as possible and make sure that you're okay. So I try to just speak truth to you guys, and I treat you like you're my niece and nephew and be honest. Low traffic driving environments, residential areas. Drivers should always be scanning. Children are unexpected. Pedestrians enter the roadway chasing a pet or a child. Okay, we now have a little Yorkie here with our lab. That thing is like 3 pounds. I get really stressed when the dog goes out to use the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, where's that little thing at? My lab, she knows. If she goes out to the street, I'm like, come here. She'll turn right around. This little Yorkie, still learning. Pedestrians in the roadway. A vehicle unexpectedly backs out. An object like a ball. Residential driving environment. Stop signs. Drivers should always come to a complete stop. But if you get lazy and roll stops, you're going to get a ticket and kill someone. Drivers have to be very aware of vehicles parked to the sides. If parked on the side of the road in residential areas, vehicles should never block a fire hydrant. Your cars are going to get towed. They're going to break your windows because there's a fire and give you a ticket. They can do that? Yes, they can. Rural road driving can be very dangerous too. High speeds, unexpected hazards, animals, vehicles entering the roadway, hitting side streets, poor road conditions, lack the ability to scan curves and hills. A lot of your test questions are on curves and hills. I'm giving you some information. Rural driving environments, unpaved roads. This is why the corporate doesn't want us to drive on rural roads. It could also occur if the driver's tires navigate around the vehicle. On unpaved shoulders, you can fall into the ditch. High traffic environments, urban areas, downtown. Vehicles abruptly enter the roadway, delivery trucks. Drivers must maintain a vigorous search. A lot of you are starting to do that on drive 2 and 3 and 4. Some of you are not looking around. You just look down the speedometer. Don't do that. Drivers should always suspect the unexpected. Roundabouts, you have questions. Good, we have 5 more. So roundabouts. Roundabouts are a circular intersection. When entering traffic, yield to vehicles already in there. Yield signs present at all inner roadways or entranceways to regulate the flow of the traffic. All areas entering have a yield sign. Roundabouts only allow traffic to go into the right of center, never to the left of center. Drivers must slow down when entering roundabouts, but only have to stop when there is a vehicle in the roundabout approaching from the left. Drivers should never stop in a roundabout unless an unexpected backup and they cannot go any further, or if it's only safe to avoid danger. Drivers should move into the proper lane before entering the roundabout. I told you that. Avoid changing lanes, such as traveling through the roundabout. I told you that too. It confuses other drivers. Drivers should maintain a slow speed and watch for pedestrians. Type what you learned. We're going to do a couple of quizzes. Type what you learned. Please and thank you. Thank you for tapping in those scholarly sources, Olivia. Appreciate that. Chase, Jay, appreciate that. Chase L. Nathan gave me 3 sources. Understanding Team Brain, University of Rochester, Medical Center, and another source like that. That's good sources. Woo. Addison gave me another source too. And as you get older, probably around 65 or 70, you start losing your cognitive ability. It takes you longer to think, it takes you longer to process. Everyone is at a different decline. All of our brains will decline once you get older. It will happen to all of us. And for talking to some of you and driving with some of you, you're very passionate. And that's really important. That really tells me you care. Okay, you give me some ideas on the type of quiz you want. Night driving, young driver driving, driving with parents. We did driving around trucks. Type in some topics and I'll put it in the quizzy. You type in some topics. I want to do what you want. You need a review. You have 100-some questions to do. That's fun. I'm not going to say it's boring. We will do test prep, but I want some topics for the quizzy. Pavement markings, night driving, expressway, city driving. Okay? 10-question Kahoot or quizzy. We doing quizzy. We're not doing Kahoot. That's old. All you do is hack and cheat. I'm a school teacher. I know. Okay? I'm looking for the 3 most. Night driving is a given. Thank you, Chase L. I like signs and markings. I'm going to copy that. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to bring you value. You should feel like you're learning something. Okay? And we going deep. We did some case studies. That's how you learn. Close some of these windows down. I only got 16 gigs of RAM. I'm on my old build. My new one's got 64 gigs. That's got to change the video card out and put Windows 11 on. But I'm too lazy to do it right now. Give me 1 second, please. What's this thing not? We're going to do pavement markings first. Pavement markings, signs and signals. I think that's good. We'll hit one. 96 questions too long. I'm not trying to put you to sleep. That would be too easy. We're going to hit one that has 15 questions. Give me 1 second. Chapter 7, pavement markings, traffic signs and signals. This is medium. I'll give you the code. Test mode. The code, joinmyquiz.com. Give me 1 second. Joinmyquiz.com. 56 43 15. Again, joinmyquiz.com. 56 43 15. 15 questions. Everyone participates. We're doing test prep. We're getting ready. We went up to question 20, 25. You're still going to have to do that. I still owe you some videos too. Wham Bam Tesla, On Scene TV, Why are guardrails still killing people? It's a lot of information. Everyone needs to join myquiz.com, 564315. Again, joinmyquiz.com, 564315. Thank you for the thumbs up. I need you, if you can, to joinmyquiz.com. If not, you can put questions in. This is a live session. I'm giving you a perspective. Put in your questions, those of you watching. Okay, again, I'm going to say it again, then I'm starting. I'm not waiting for you. 564315. We got a short time. We got an hour. And we still got to do test prep. We still got to do more questions. We got to see videos. You got a lot to do. You have to work harder than me. I'm following the curriculum. Again, 564315. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start. Good luck. Guys, go ahead and put in your questions right now. I'm going to go over some information with you to help you. We're going to go over some test prep right now. If your teacher has to intervene when you're driving, this means you're not ready to take your road test. If they have to grab the wheel, because you're going to be in your own car. You're not going to be in a driver's ed car. If you blow a stop sign, automatic failure. If you go over the speed limit, automatic failure. If you make a right turn on red and you don't stop, automatic failure. If you go over the curb, or if you make a right turn on red and the sign says to your right, no right turn on red, that leads to failure. Let's talk about steering. You need to have both hands on the wheel. You can't just drive with one hand. Got to have both hands on the wheel. Use this proper hand position. That could be 8 and 4, 9 and 3, 10 and 2. Let's have both hands on the wheel. That's important. You got to use push-pull or hand over hand. I don't care which one you use, push-pull or hand over hand. You got to demonstrate control of the car. On your road test, and it varies from state to state, area to area, you're going to make 2 right turns, 2 left turns. You're going to go through a roundabout. You're going to merge on and off the expressway. You may reverse. You're going to do some type of parking maneuver. A dangerous maneuver might be you almost sideswiped the car. You struck an object. You failed to yield. Remember, guys, it's not a race. Good driving behavior. This is what I look for as an instructor. Do you have your seatbelt on? Do you maintain proper space and speed at all times? Do you maintain a safe following distance? Are you identifying, understanding, and responding appropriately to traffic signs and signals? Are you understanding different vehicle capabilities? Do you effectively manage risk? Are you letting the pedestrian go by, then you get over, or are you cutting off the pedestrian, they have to jump on the sidewalk, and you almost sideswipe the bike? If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I want to say thank you. Thank you, E.